All right. Hey, everyone, which is Brianna. Um, I am recording this call so that we can all learn from it later. But as you all know, as Brianna knows, I asked you guys today what you wanted to learn more about, and the answer was how to follow up with people and how to start conversations with people. So I took some time, put a little PowerPoint together, and made it happen. So we are going to kind of go through that, and hopefully it'll be good information. I thought it was as I was putting it together. It's been things that have helped me out a lot. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. And Brianna, you can interrupt whenever you want. If there's
Okay.
a thought or anything, you just jump right in. So, okay. So I know that both of these things are obviously really important, and they have to be done as part of our business. So I wanted to start with easy ways to start conversations. So one thing that I do every day is send a personal message for people when it's their birthday. And I've got an example of that on the next page of what that is, but super easy way to do that. Everyone posts on their timelines, but it's easy to connect with someone if you send them a personal message instead. And then another thing, just as I'm meeting people and I'm chatting with them, I, at the end of it, if I really did enjoy chatting with them and wanted to continue, I just, I say, hey, I really enjoyed chatting with you. And then are you on social media at all? I'd love to stay connected. And then, 9 times out of 10, they are, and they would love the same. And so then we just find each other right there and add each other. So, and sometimes you don't need to force that by any means, but a lot of the times it's, an easy approach to do it and to stay connected. And then basically after they accept your friend request, and I actually send these before they accept, I friend them and then I send a message to them. You start forming them basically. So, you say thanks for accepting my friend request. I saw we have a ton of mutual friends. So I figured I'd like you too.
I like that. I like that because I always am like, what do I say? But that mutual friend idea, that's a really good one.
Yeah. And you could even call one of them out oh, how do you know so-and-so? It's just really easy to start the conversation that way. And then people will always, when you send them a message, they will always go to your profile and they will check you out on Facebook. You always do that.
Yeah.
And so then from there, you just obviously want to have stuff on your social media that is uplifting and, that's positive and, something that they would want to respond to your message, oh yeah, I think we would get along. That's just, then from there you just start getting to know them. So forming is the way to do that. Asking questions about their family, their occupation, recreation, what they like to do for fun, and then message, and we will get to that in the next slide. Okay, so here's the examples. So the first one is kind of this is honestly a copy and paste from something I've said. So, hey, Lupita just wanted to say thanks for accepting my friend request. I noticed we had a bunch of mutual friends, so I thought, what the heck? You can never have too many mama friends, can you? What do you do for work and play? Tell me more about your family. Just something easy like that. And then even the same message, I said, oh, and I have to admit, I scrolled through some of your photos. You're gorgeous. Your kids are adorable. How old are they? I look forward to hearing back from you and getting to know you better. Like just something simple like that. Nothing ever about Beachbody. It's all, all about them. And even when they respond, like most people respond to this, they're like, oh, awesome. I love meeting new people too. Especially us moms, we got to stick together. Like they pretty much always, there's an instant connection when you're a mom, right? Yeah. And so then, we talk about that. But it's just a really non-threatening, non-Beachbody message. So, and then for birthdays, like, I usually say their name. I don't say, hey girl, but, happy birthday. I was going to write in your wall, but personal messages are more fun. What are you doing to celebrate? So again, super simple. This is just, I honestly have like both of these things saved like as a, like a note in my phone. Do you have iPhone, Brianna?
I have a smartphone.
Okay, so just save it as a note and then copy paste and then just go through it. And it literally will take, for birthdays, it'll take 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
So super easy. And then this is another example on the bottom. Hey, Christina, your family pictures are gorgeous. Like someone that just posted them, right? Love them. How old are your precious girls? I have all girls too. It's awesome. I see we have a ton of mutual friends. You look so happy. I'm always looking for more my friends and more positivity in my newsfeed. I really like that line. Like I'm always looking for more positivity in my newsfeed because people, I feel like they get like the, the warm fuzzies. They're like, oh,
yeah,
I'm posting, like people like to be known for being positive, right?
Yeah.
It feels good. So, and then ending, always end, typically end with a question, right? Or have at least one question in there because that'll get them to respond back to you, right?
Yeah.
So those were just examples. I'm definitely gonna put this in our Team Achieve as a file so that you can go back so you don't have to write everything down, just
Okay.
Right? I know, I could have said that at the beginning. So there is that. So forming people and then looking for their signs, okay? So again, I print this off and put it next to my computer, and that is how I remember to ask people these questions. So F is for family, right? Oh, are you single or married? Do you have any kids? Tell me about them. What are their ages? How long have you lived in wherever city they're at? Do you like where you live? Were you born there? What activities do you like to do as a family? So questions just like that. Occupation, what do you do for a living? How long have you been doing it? What do you like about it? What do you dislike about it? What got you started that profession? Do you see yourself in that profession forever? If you had the chance to change anything about it, what would it be? What other jobs have you had? What do you like about them? R is recreation. What do you like to do for fun? How often do you get to do it? Who do you like to do it with? What gave you the interest in it? Okay. So as you're asking these questions, then you are finding their signs, okay? And those are what it says right there: strengths, interests, goals, and needs. So typically when you have, when you're asking them this, you'll always be able to find some, those things. They should be able to find their signs. And then you take that, and then you form that, you put that into your message. So that's where it says on the bottom, message. So, Brianna, I couldn't help but notice that you're hardworking, driven, whatever you got from them. You've been with your company for, 12 years or whatever, you're super loyal. Now, I don't know if this is for you, but I've actually been looking for someone with those same qualities. Would you be interested in a way to get out of debt? So you could have more freedom to travel and spend more time creating memories with your husband, right?
Yeah.
So all about them, right? And why they would be good. So typically when you're inviting someone and you compliment them, you tell them why they would be good, and then you hit on some of those pain points that they need, that they shared with you, right? When you're talking to them about what they like to do for fun, how often do you get to do it? Well, if they say, well, never, my job, I work 70 hours a week. That's a pain point, right? And then, you know, or like, well, I don't really get to do much for fun because my, you know, my husband works a ton, you know, super long hours, or we don't have any money for it, or, you know, things like that. I have a dog that's like screaming. You just get them. So that's kind of how it works. Like you're just asking about them, and then they you like, you know, use those signs that you got from them, and then you form a message. And the message is like, you know, an invite typically. You could do that not just with like being interested in coaching, but you can do it with like a challenge group too, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I like it. That's really helpful.
Okay, so got done with that, and then following up, okay? So typically following up, more often than not, the no means like, you know, not right now or not yet, right? So a lot of the times people are just super busy, and they like just forget to respond, and it's never really on purpose. They're just busy. And so you kind of like have to remind that, because I know like we tell ourselves the reason why they never responded was because they're not interested, or, you know, I'm being salesy, or all of these things. Or, you know, and then you don't want to follow up because you're being pushy or all that stuff. But I mean, typically, honestly, I look at following up like, it's not us being pushy, it's us being professional, right? Like, especially like if you knew that they were interested at all, then it's just a professional thing to follow up with them and say like, look, you know, are you, you know, I know when I'm busy, you know, I'm sure I look at my messages in, you know, when I'm in line at the grocery store. And so obviously like you just get sidetracked, right?
Yeah.
The next slide, I give like a lot of examples again of like how exactly to say it, like with scripts. But the reasons, like I said, so the reason why we don't follow up, so typically it's because one, like we're not tracking, so we don't really even know who we're talking to. So like something super simple, like, you know, at the end of your day, just like an accounting of like, okay, I talked to these people today, just like writing it with pen and paper. Then, you know, knowing like, okay, at the end of the week, like, you know, on Fridays, I'm going to follow up with people that I talk to or whatever, just so that you kind of like get into a system of making sure that they don't fall through the cracks. Because a lot of the times, you know, they just forget. So that's one reason. One, we're just like afraid of being pushy, like I said before, or like we feel rejection when people say no, and so that like we start to like, you know, tell us the, you know, these stories of like, oh yeah, like, you know, this sucks, like no one's ever gonna be interested. Like we just tell ourselves all these stories in our heads of like, you know, why you shouldn't spend time following up with someone. So in the book, so this is a super good book. There's apparently all the books I love have cuss words in them, but so this is Get Over Your Damn Self, and it's a really good book. Yeah, it says the No BS Blueprint to Building a Life-Changing Business, and in this book there's like a whole chapter on following up, and she talks about the rule of 7, so about how it's like someone needs to hear your message an average of 7 times before joining. So like honestly, when you're following up, you're just like, okay, this is like the number 3 of 7 or whatever, you know, like just knowing that as you follow up with them, then they're getting closer to that yes.
Okay.
A lot of the times, you know, like their reasoning sometimes it's just like they just don't even know anything about like what you're doing, and so it just takes a while for them to learn about it, right? And to like to think about it, which is totally normal. I'm trying to get to the chapter. Another one, you know, like we're just like bombarded with like noise, like we're just like a lot of noise in our life, and so that's just like you know, sometimes like people don't really even see our invite. They just see like, okay, there's another person talking to me, right? Like they're just, because we just get people like from all angles talking to us, like, you know, throughout the day, or, you know, needing something from us. And so sometimes people are just guarded because they're like, I just don't want anybody else to, because they're like, I just don't want anybody else to, to touch me or whatever. So again, it's like not a rejection of us or what we're giving. And we just have to always we have to keep reminding ourselves why we're doing what we're doing, and how it's really blessed our lives and how it could bless that person's life too, right? Of just keeping it in the forefront of what's in it for them. And then third, what did she say? So maybe it's not the right time for them. Takes them some time to warm up to the idea. Sometimes people are just super overwhelmed. They can't even focus on something that you're telling them, right? So, or obviously, and there's a reason they just might not be looking for what you have to offer, right? So that's obviously an option too. But so it says right here, we just have to remember that it's a numbers game. And so in this book, it talks about reasons to reach out. Okay, so updating them on your business. So just keeping them here it says, let's see. Okay, update them on your business. Whenever you hit a big milestone, it's a great reason to loop back with people. It's I know we talked when I first launched my business and it wasn't the right time for you, but I had to tell you what's happened in just a month. I've already earned back my investment, so everything from here on out will help me save for the kids' college fund, go into our vacation fund, or toward a down payment on a house, whatever it is that you're saving for. I think you should take another look. This could be the way for you to, and then respond with include what's in it for them based on your prior conversation. So does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, or if you've earned a trip, since we last talked, I've been promoted 3 times. So even talking to someone after you hit Emerald, right? That could be a reason to follow up with someone oh yeah, I got my first promotion and now I'm earning free customers. People that's a reason to oh what I don't have to go out and talk to every all of my friends and bug them. A lot of people just have misconceptions about what exactly we do. So that's a reason. New product launches are really a good reason. Oh, really quick, one more thing for that last one that I really loved. So this one says, remember how we talked about my new business a month ago? I want to be honest with you. It was all new to me, and I don't think I did a very good job talking about it or talking about my new gig. I like that line. I probably confused the heck out of you, but now that I've got the hang of it and I'm seeing this sucker grow, I'd love a do-over so you can really understand what we're doing and how we do it. It still might not be the right fit for you, but at least we'll know. This time it won't be because I didn't explain it well, but because you don't want to grow your own side business to bring in extra income.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right? I know. You're owning up to okay, I was an idiot last time. Seriously, when I first, hopefully you can skip a lot of this junk, because when I first started, I look back and I'm oh my gosh, I spammed the world, right? I just talked to everybody, but I didn't even I didn't spend time forming them, that's for sure. I just started an idiot and just, hey, join my challenge group, I'm a coach, So so yeah, so I think that's a great approach for me, because I'm oh my gosh, remember when I talked to you at the beginning of this whole thing? So I like that line. Anyway, so new product launches, obviously people get excited about that. It's an opportunity to just reach out, and another way for people to just learn more about what we're doing. So another script for that, it says the last couple of times I've seen you at the gym, you complained of being so tired, so I had to reach out because we just launched a new formula that's been clinically proven to increase energy. I think you might want to take a look. It's and then you could talk about Shakeology there, right?
Yeah.
And share your story with it. So that's another good way. Let's see, another script right here. I know you said my business wasn't the right fit for you, but I had to reach back because we just launched a new product that will help us capture more of the, multi-billion-dollar anti-aging market. Obviously, like, that's not what we're in. Whatever we come, focus on, multi-million-dollar healthcare, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Since we last spoke, have you found another way to pay for your son's private school tuition? Maybe you should take another look at what I do. I bet you know a lot of people who would want our new product, so why shouldn't they get it from you? So that's
good,
right?
Yeah.
And then, so another third reason that it says up there, there's an event in their city, right? So like every quarter, typically, there's something called, for us, it's called Super Saturday. I don't know if you've seen like any, like I invited you to one because I went to like this one. Yeah. So like the next one is in September, like September 23rd, I think.
Okay.
I would like start to think about people, like local people, and you could use this this script in here of just like to like invite them to that, right? So here it just says, I know the last time we talked, my business wasn't a good fit for you. Obviously, like it would be different language, but I had to reach out and see if you'd like to restart our conversation. There's an informal event happening in in our area next week. If you decide you want to take a closer look, it will be a great opportunity. So there's that. And then if they still say no, they said then you could also turn it into like an opportunity to ask for referrals. It says like, I totally get it's not for you, but since we're expanding in your market, your local network is going to hear about us. If they're not going to hear about it from you, I'd love for them to hear about us and our products from me. Do you have a few minutes to talk about exactly who I'm looking for and who in your network should hear about us?
That's good.
So, right?
Yeah.
There's so many good nuggets in this thing. So that was that. So number 4, I mean, this one, like Beachbodies, they're in the news all the time. I think this one's like, I don't know that I would like reach out much for this, but good news or coverage by your company. So it says, I know we've talked about my business before and it wasn't a good fit, but I thought you might want to take another look. Our CEO was just featured in Smart Business Magazine, talking about how our business is allowing anyone to create their own micro enterprise. And this is another example of mainstream business media talking about the new way of selling products that still might not be for you. Even if it's not, I love to be connected with people in your network who might be looking for to start a smart business of their own in part-time hours. So something like that. So the next one I like, it's called To Be a Go-Giver, right? So there's a book, it's called The Go-Giver, and actually I haven't read it, but it is on my list. But it's all about like people that just like to serve, right? So like a lot of times you can think about people in different industries that probably are service oriented, right? Like people that are in the healthcare industry typically, like to serve people, or even like hair cutting, people like to make people feel pretty or something like that. So I really like that. It says, so like for this, it's kind of a little bit different. It says like, when I'm talking about someone, like in different areas, she says they take notes about something that like, that they're looking for, right? So like if they're moving, I capture things. If they told me they're looking for a really good babysitter, or maybe they're going to be moving to another city and I happen to know people and I want to hook them up. So maybe I just wrote down what they do for a living, and then anytime I come across something that could be of interest or use to them, I loop back with them and offer it to them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that. And then, so this lady, she said that there was, she sent him so she ran into someone. She wasn't interested in the business because she was so busy. She felt like she didn't even have time for a shower, right? She said, 3 minutes later, I read a really interesting article about nursing and healthcare, and it quoted healthcare experts and practitioners from her area. I forwarded her that article, and I said, this article made me think of you, and I thought you'd find it interesting. You might even know some of the folks quoted. I'm enjoying keeping up with you on Facebook. It looks like your son's birthday party was a blast. Happy spring. So, and she said that led to, wow, thanks so much for thinking of me, Romy, which is the lady who wrote the book. Then we started chit-chatting a little bit about birthday parties, and then the conversation turned to like if she was so busy. She admitted that my business was very attractive to her, but she just couldn't imagine being able to devote time to a side gig. It did lead, however, to me being able to ask her for referrals, which she happily forked over, and a discussion of how her sensitive skin had flared up because of stress. So then, like, she became a customer, right? So, so yeah, it's just like, that's the cool thing about it, right? Like, just like if we just being like a resource for someone, sometimes, you know, a lot of times it is Beachbody, but just even anything. And then people would be more receptive to your message if they know that like you're just not in it to, you know,
just
to sell or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I liked that a lot. The next reason, which obviously like you can super relate to, but like if someone like announces that they're pregnant or they have a new baby or their kids are starting school. So reaching out to them that way, because a lot of the times, like if you've talked to them before, but then now they're pregnant, they're like priorities change, right? Like I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom until I had my first baby, and then I'm like, oh man, okay, like this sucks, like not being at home with them. So but yeah, so then she says like when a friend who works announced she's pregnant, in addition to being genuinely excited and interested and providing some fun and helpful articles or resources, right? So you can just reach out if you're like, hey, this helped me because, you know, when I was pregnant or whatever, like talk about a book or whatever. She said, I always ask how long she plans to take off after the baby. This inevitably leads to a conversation where either A, she laments that she doesn't get enough time off, or B, she's excited that she'll have 3 months off and doesn't want to even think about how she'll manage when she goes back. Right? So then, you know, obviously it like gives you an opportunity to like suggest, you know, taking another look at what we do. So it says like, you know, between now and when the baby comes, you could, you know, build a significant start to a business that could give you more options down the road. A professional life that fits in around your baby and not the other way around, right? So that's just an easy way to talk about it. We call it postpartum prospecting. Whenever one of my friends gives birth, I mark on my calendar, reach out to her 4 months after she delivers. I know how hard it is to leave your baby at home and go back to work after your maternity leave. It's gut-wrenching. I remember the first day I had to go back to work after Nate was born, and I cried all the way to work, then at lunch, and then I had him back in my arms. So, so that's another reason. Like you could just plan to talk to people that way. And then when someone like them just succeeds, so like let's say like someone's a teacher, you know, if you have like, if there's typically going to be somebody on our team that is something like that. So you could just like even get on like the Team Inspire and just like, hey, can I get, like, that's what I said the other day, right? I don't know if you saw my post, like, can I get a success story from a single mom that's a coach? And then, you know, one of the person messages me because I was talking to someone that's like, I would love to coach, but I'm a single mom and I have to work, right? So then I'm like, well, you know, totally get that. But, you know, my friend Jennifer is a single mom too. And this is why she's doing it and what it's doing for her. So like having stories like that really helps. You know, she's been able to cut back, you know, and just work part-time so she's able to stay home more with her kid. So, you know, even like that, it's like, for this one it says, reach back when someone like, just like them promotes or earns incentives, right? So it says like, hey, whatever, you know, realtor that I work with is celebrating huge success in her business, so I thought of you. She just earned a free Lexus and a trip to Maui, and she's giddy over the perks that she doesn't get in her day job. I thought you might want to take another look at what we do. If the perks don't excite you, maybe adding an income stream that insulates you from the ups and downs in the market will. So, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically, you know, and at the end of the day, it's like just follow up, right? Because, you know, we're pretty much like leaving money on the table if we don't follow up with people because they are busy. So that's what I said, you know, in here. The more people you talk to and invite, and follow up with, the faster your business will grow. Like that's just what it is. So here's some examples, you know, that I've used, and then like actual, you know, things that you should say as you continue to follow up to like stay connected with them. So it's just like, hey, it's been forever. Happy summer fans. Just wanted to quickly reach out because I was putting my next group together and I wanted to make sure to save you a spot if now's a better time for you to, you know, and then talk about why they were interested in the very first place. So what do you say? Something just like easy as that. So follow-up message ideas for challenges and coaching. So these are like the following ones, right? So yeah, we get busy. Follow-ups are just vital. It's part of it. 2 to 3 days after initial invite when there is no response. Hey girl, I know life gets busy. Looks like an amazing weekend with your family. You know, just look at their Facebook page. I know if you're anything like me, you look at messages in the checkout line at Target or school pickup line, and then life gets crazy. So I just wanted to see if you gave my message any thought, right?
Yeah.
Easy way to do it. You're okay. And then next one, they still don't respond. Your response another 2 to 3 days. Hey, it's okay if right now isn't the right time. I'm not going anywhere. So if I can serve you on your journey or anyone you know that could benefit, please know I will be right here with open arms, right? So just arming them, you know, like knowing that you're not in it to just like, you know, just keep like staying connected with them, right? So what next? It says proceed to love bomb, so love on their posts and be a light on your social media page. This is called watering your sprouts and or plowing the field. So when you do plant another seed, it can take root. Seeds can't take root on rocky soil. Sometimes we have to plow the hearts of those in our lives for a while, helping heal wounds and gain trust, right? So sometimes it just takes a while, and that's okay. But what if they stop responding mid-conversation? So, hey, I know life gets really busy. I wanted to check back with you. Are there any other questions I can answer to help you feel more comfortable when it comes to working toward those goals together? Another option, hey, I never ever want to sound pushy. I just get super excited about sharing this program. You've been on my mind and I wanted to follow up and see if this might be the right time to give me 30 days to show you what Shakeology can do for your health. So I really like that. I never ever want to sound pushy. Like a lot of people, I think that's a good line that also like disarms people. So if they're like, yes, I'm all in, and you send them a link, right away, we like should add them to the group, right? Like even if it's like a coach and there's like, and they're like, yes, I want to coach. Like you just like add them, like announce that they're a coach. One, if you know, like puts the pressure on them a little bit, but then like they get to start to see like the community alongside of it as well. So it says like, hey, so make sure they're in the group upon verbal commitment. Don't wait for the purchase. So, hey, I know life gets crazy and getting set up can feel overwhelming. I'm afraid you won't get everything in time. Let's jump on the phone and walk through it and develop your workout plan and everything so you're all set. What time works best for you tomorrow? So just trying to like, you know, kind of dumb it down for them and just like, I will take your hand and walk you through this.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times, yeah, it does get overwhelming for some people, so they don't. Or they freak out because like they see like, okay, this is going to be a reoccurring thing. Like, you know, you sign up for Shakeology HD, like the home direct one. So people freak out and you're like, well, it's okay. Like if you say you don't want to continue with it, then you can cancel, right? So just like helping them through those things. Responding to someone that didn't finish up signing up as a coach. So, hey, did you get a chance to enroll as a coach before your next Shakeology ships? Some question like that. Another option. Hey, I got you all introduced into the team page. Woot woot. They are amazing. And our next team webinar is this, Monday. Mark your calendar. I'm so excited for you to meet everyone and dig in a little. So again, just like trying to like stoke the fire. And then this is just like just like an honest coach invite example I wanted to add in here. So it's like, hey, so you're on my mind. Definitely thinking about those crazy stairs that you're going to torture me with next week. So that was just like a friend that was, that we were meeting at the gym or whatever, right? So, but honestly, I've been nervous to message you because we have talked a little bit about it before, and you just said you have so much going on. But there has to be a reason you keep popping in my head when it comes to my team and being a fitness coach. I think that flatters people, saying it like that. I know it wasn't a good time when we initially talked about it, but I would love the chance to show you what our team does and why I would love to share all of this with you. I just think you would really thrive and love the community and camaraderie. I've been trying to come up with a fun way to show people because I think there could be a big misconception, and people have a hard time seeing how powerful it can be. And I'm not talking about it from a financial standpoint. It has had such a huge positive impact in my life, literally bringing tears to my eyes. Would you want to jump on the phone and chat this week? Or you could invite them to a coach sneak peek. So I just like the part of there must be a reason why you keep popping into my head when it comes to my team and being a fitness coach. It's probably part of that. I just want to talk to you about what our team does, why you love the community and camaraderie. A lot of times, especially with stay-at-home moms, I think a lot of us miss that, right? Of having the camaraderie, having a community besides our kids.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, that's what I wanted to cover tonight. Do you have any questions or comments or
no questions? That was really helpful, actually. That gave me some good examples of things that I can say and how to bring it up without sounding like an idiot that's just trying to sell something. Yeah.
Yes, right? I know. I totally understand. So I actually was thinking that once people, once they hit Emerald, I'm going to buy you guys this book, because I think it's totally full of good nuggets, and it's script after script, literally the entire book is underlined. It's so good. And I think it's been my favorite book so far that I read, as far as look, just do this. Lots of scripts, lots of really good ways to talk to people. That is really good. So if that's incentive,
yeah,
hopefully that's incentive. I really liked it a lot. But I just, obviously don't want to just give it to anyone and everyone. So I'm but obviously when you hit Emerald, you're just more serious than other people. So, and I'm obviously more interested in working more closely with people that are willing to actually, put in the time to work their business. So I want to help people that want to help themselves. So anyway, good. I'm glad you liked it. I'm totally going to upload the file in our team page, and you can use those scripts however you want. You can do it verbatim. That's totally fine. Obviously or if there's things okay, I wouldn't say that, but if you want to make it your own, you can too. But if you want to do verbatim, that's fine. But cool. Okay, so you're going to talk to Ray, talk to your sister.
Yeah.
You're gonna talk to her tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message her. I'm gonna message her tonight and see if she's busy tomorrow.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, I'll try and I'll send you the UK thing that I saw.
Oh yeah.
It'll be probably later tonight because I need to go be a mom.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, I'll send that to you. So thanks for being on the call. I'm glad you showed up.
Yeah.
Some more people said they were jumping on, but that's okay. Life gets busy. But
yeah.
I think these calls are really important. It's just I think something that we should do. So plan on it, and we will continue every week to do them unless there's times that we can't, and that's fine too. But
all right,
thanks for being on, and we will stay connected. I'm excited to hear about how your conversation goes with your sister.
Thank you. All right.
You're doing awesome. Bye. All right. Bye.